Hello everyone. In this session, we will discuss about second program that is 2A. Design a superclass called staff with details as staff ID, name, phone, salary. Extend this class by writing three subclasses, namely teaching. That is in teaching again we have methods called domain and that is variables that is properties, domain and publications. And in technical class we have skills, and contract class we have period. Okay, contract period. Yes. And write a Java program to read and display at least three staff objects of all three categories. Okay, at least three staff objects. So now since we have extend this class by writing three subclasses, means what? First you need to create the class staff with the name staff. Okay, and in that staff, obviously we have a teaching staff, technical staff, and contract period and contractual staff, right? So now means we had to make use of inheritance concept here. Means extends keyword. Yes, inheritance concept. And also so you had to create the objects of each class in order to save the data. Yes, so obviously we require arrays. You have to declare arrays. So execution starts from main method. So now here we have main method. So lab2a is what? It's a main class, since because it has a main method. And here we have scanner class used to access the inputs from the keyboard, right? And then after this, enter the total number of teaching staff, display the message. And here nt is this nt is what's to store teaching staff data. Okay. And this n capital T uppercase is what? To store technical staff data. And nc is to store contract staff data. Okay. So except the number of teaching staff. Okay, how many number of teaching staff, how many number of technical, how many number of contract staffs are there. So you can so store it in these variables, right? And that are declared as int and int. Yes. And now if you combine all three, so what is the number? Say for example, I'll enter 1 1 1, means one teaching staff, one technical staff, one contract staff. So 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3. So total how many staffs? Three staffs are there, right? So so if we have three staffs, obviously what happens? Staff of here we are creating the array of which array of staff. Okay. How many numbers total? What is the array size here? This n, because if you enter a three, one technical, one teaching, and one contract, obviously the number is three. So how many arrays are required? Three arrays. So that is what memory size, right? So that much of memory will be allocated for the data to store data. Yes. And here the system.out.println enter the details of teaching staff, right? First we'll start with teaching staff, and int j is equal to 0. And so we'll make use of this variable j for all the staff, means all kind of staff, means teaching, technical, and contract staff, right? So j is initialized to 0. For I is equal to 0, I less than nt, means if nt is equal to 1. So if nt is equal to 1, 0 means what? Only one data can be entered. So if it is once it is if I is equal to 2, it will come out of the loop, right? So now how many teaching staff? One teaching staff, one technical staff, one contract staff, right? So let me enter only one data to make it very easier. Okay. So s of j is equal to s of 0 is equal to new teaching, means what? Here we are creating the object of which class? Teaching class. Yes. S of j is already declared. So where is s of j? S is already declared here, right? Array s is already declared. So now you can make use of the same variable for teaching class to create the object of teaching class, because we are using inheritance concept here. Okay. So means what? Teaching object will be created, separate object will be created. So now separate object is created which has all the variables and methods of teaching teaching class as well as staff class. I'll repeat it once again, this is very important. It means when you create the object of teaching class, okay, object of teaching class, and this is declared as staff, right? So you can make use of the same object to create the object of teaching class, because we are using inheritance concept here. since we have used inheritance concept, that is extends keyword means what teaching uh, class extends staff class. That is why we don't have to create the object of, we don't have to declare the object of teaching class again. Okay, so then making use of this teaching, now a separate object is created which has in that teaching object, that is s of j object, has all the variables and methods of staff class as well as teaching class. That s of j plus plus, s of j plus plus dot read. Now read the input from the keyboard. Now where is read method of, read method of which class? Teaching class. So we'll move on to, we'll go to teaching staff. So teaching class is here. Yes. So for and here first let me tell you class staff detail. First here in this class staff, we are collecting all the information. Means what we are, we here we have declared the variables, right? All the staff ID, name, phone, salary, and here we are accepting all the details of staff, right? Accept all the details of staff here. And then after that in this display method, just it is to display the what is that, details of staff, that's it. Okay, and in this teaching staff, okay, teaching extends staff, right? So here means what, when it comes to teaching class, yes, obviously we require a domain. Which domain? They belong to, for example, electronics domain or computer science domain, like that. In that again, digital system is they belonging to digital system or like that. Okay, different domains, testing domain. Okay, so and here again publications. Publication, how number of publication means what, number of papers that are published. Okay, so that is what it comes under publication, and that is declared as int data type, right? So means what, how many publication papers have been published, 1 2 3 4, like that. So here read method, now we have read method, this is what we want now, read method. So now accept the input from the keyboard is super dot read. Super dot read means what, super read method of super class, which is super class of teaching class, which is that super class. So that that gets executed, right? Super dot read. Yes, so super dot read is this one. So this read method is defined only once. Okay, this read method is defined only once, and because which is common. Why? Because we don't have to. Means what? Write this set of code again and again, right? This staff ID, name, phone, and salary are common for all kind of staffs. So that is why we have kept it separately in staff class. Okay, so now you making use of this super keyword. Okay, make use of this super keyword to access read method of super class, which is super class of teaching class. Teaching class is a subclass and the staff is a super class. So read method is what, super class means what. So, read method is a method of staff class, which is super class for teaching class. Okay, so so that is why make use of super keyword, right? So that method gets executed. And what will happen by the time when this super dot read is point, it's when pointer is pointing to this particular super dot read, this particular block gets executed, entire block gets executed. Okay, so this block gets executed. Okay, so next after this uh, we will take next one. Okay, here domain. Now after that, this domain and this domain variable and publications, these two variables these two variables belong to teaching class alone. They don't belong to any other classes. That is why they are private. Means what, publications and domain are these two variables belong to only teaching staff, teaching class. That is why these two are private variables. Okay, private variables. And after this so accept the uh, variable value from the user is accept input from user and store it in publications variable. After that so now once this block gets executed, read method block gets executed, what will happen, it will execute next line, that is next instruction of the main class. Where is that after read method? So this will keep on incrementing. What is that? Because j plus plus, right? So j or 0 1 2 3 like that. So initially it is so j is equal to 0, so j is equal to 1, it will get incremented, right? So after this system dot out dot println, uh, so like this, how many you can create a number of objects. See here only, since j is, what is that, the value we have entered for nt is 1, we could store only one teaching data, right, details. If we have 10 objects, means what, how many objects will be created? 10 objects of teaching class will be created. I'll repeat it. If nt is equal to 10, okay, number of teaching staffs details are 10, then how many times the object will be created? 10 times it will be created. So means what, you can store different data in different objects. Okay, say if, for example 10 staff teaching staffs are there, so means what, 10 objects we require. If you have 100 teaching faculties teaching staff, then we require 100 objects. So it all depends on yes of this nt value, right? So as of now, we have taken only nt is equal to 1 and nt is equal to 1. This is also one technical. That nt is different, this nt is different. This is for technical, right? And then similarly, this that same block gets executed. Whatever I have explained till now, that read method gets executed. Okay, and here again, how many objects will be created? Only one object, because in what is the value of nt? 1. So similarly, this block gets executed. So see here, we are observe this very carefully. Here we are not creating the read method again and again. We have just once we have created it, and we are accessing it again and again by using inheritance concept. So that is the use of inheritance. Means what, if we have common details, okay, then you don't have to write it again and again. You write it once and you can call it a number of times. Yes. So this similarly for contract details, right? Contract details. And after that now we have to uh, display the message now. Okay, so now what, so here let me make it clear. In technical, read method gets executed, just the copy paste everything of teaching class. Okay, it's very simple program. It looks very complicated, but it is very simple. Everything will be just copy paste everything, whatever you have written for teaching class, that you copy and paste it here, that's it. But only thing is, you have to change skills so instead of domain and publications, you are using skills, because this skills variable is belongs to only technical staff, only for technical staff. So that is why make it private. Okay, and similarly, first you accept all the details of teaching staff, that is the technical staff, and then common details, and after that skills. So skills means what, testing, administrator, like that. Okay, and after that, here again display the message here, display this one. And after that, here super dot display, so you don't have to write the display method again and again. You can say use the same display method of super class, which is the super class of technical, this one. So that's just access this method. Okay, so you don't have to access it again and again. You don't have to create it again and again. So super dot display, very super dot display, it's here, right? So like this. Yeah. So next after this, so now that's what, this is the heading. Now this displays what, this is the heading. You don't have to write this heading again and again. Yeah, you just need to print the answer here. Okay, just print the answer. So you should be very careful while writing this particular line. Okay, so next after that, this is for contract. Technical is done. Contract, for contract, the same thing, super dot display. And then first read the data, common data, that is phone number, this one, and name, phone number, staff id, like that, common details. And then this one, what is that, the specific details specific to contract. This period is what, this period variable is specific to contract class. So that then that you write after the read method. Okay, then in display method, you just need to call the super class of which is super class for contract class. Staff is a super class, right? So for all teaching, technical, and contract classes, staff is the super class. Okay, these teaching, technical, and contract classes are all subclasses only. Fine. And then after this, display the method, display that uh, details. Okay, display the details. Yes, after this, so here we have, you are just printing the data. So make use of I is equal to 0, I less than n, that is how many data now we have entered, 3, right? So n is equal to 3, 1 plus 1 plus 1 3. So yes of I dot display 0 1 2 3, that you have to display it here. Okay, so it's all about the 2A program. Okay, let me execute this program. So here we have program. Okay, I'll just execute this. um, okay, and then so teaching, enter the total number of teaching staff. So here 1 1 1, staff ID 1, A, phone number 123, salary 3000, 30,000, and then domain domain which one, CS, and then publications 12 papers published, and staff ID 2, name B, and phone number 234, salary 20,000, and then skills testing or admin, whatever. Okay, and then staff ID 3, name C, phone number 345, salary 15,000. Yes, and then period 3 years, like this. So this is what the output. So now it is in a proper format. So this is, what is that, this is what, these are the parameters that are mentioned in the display method of staff class. Okay, and this is what, this is teaching staff data. This is technical, second one is technical staff data. Okay, technical staff data, and this entire line is, this entire row is what, contract uh, staff, contractual staff data. Okay, so now it looks very good now, right? It is in a proper format now. So it's all about program 2A. Okay, hope you have understood. If you have any doubt, please comment below. Thank you so much.